Hey parents and caregivers, this video is for you. You can watch along and teach it to your children later, or you can draw along with them. Today we're drawing a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. If you have any requests for my channel, please submit it at my Instagram at Draw with Sean Show. And if you like the channel, please support it by liking and subscribing. It's a new channel and it makes a big difference in the success of it. So without further ado, let's begin drawing a jack-o'-lantern. Typically when we draw a pumpkin, we learn to draw just one big circle with some triangles, but pumpkins are actually broken up into segments, and these vertical segments are called ribs. So what we're doing here is drawing one segment, and it's not a perfect circle. It's kind of an oblong shaped circle. And then within that, we can draw the eyes, the mouth. You can see with the eyes, I add an extra line in there that just helps give a little depth and dimension to the carve outs there. And then these vertical lines, again, these vertical lines are called ribs, are being added after we add that large shape. Now I'm adding the stem of the jack-o'-lantern, and we'll add these extra ribs to the pumpkin on the outside of our original shape. And this helps make it a little bit more multi-dimensional and believable as a actual pumpkin, because as we know, pumpkins are not perfect spheres. I add these two extra lines on top for the ribs on the back. And then I take a smaller black pen, and you don't necessarily have to use a smaller black pen, and I create more of these vertical lines within these sections of the pumpkin. And this just helps create a little bit more detail and almost acts like it's shading or shadowing a little bit too. The closer we draw our lines, the more shadowed it becomes. And I'm doing the same from the top. All these vertical lines stem from the center point on the top and bottom, the poles of the pumpkin. So that's why they're sort of all gravitating towards the middle. On the outside of the pumpkin, you'll see that I'm making longer vertical lines. This just helps with a little bit of shadowing and highlighting appearance. This is so easy to do. If you haven't done this type of detail work before, it's very, very easy to do, and it really brings much more believability and realism to your pumpkin as opposed to just drawing a large circle. And you can see here I'm just doing some finishing touches, coloring in the eyes. And this again brings more depth into the pumpkin when we confirm that the interior is black. And take your time when you're coloring these things in. And I would encourage the kids to take their time when they're doing their coloring. This is an opportunity for them to develop their fine motor skills and focus on doing their best in a quality job as opposed to just rushing through the process. Like most things in life, it's all about the process and the training and the practice. So we want to make sure that we're training with good habits. And these habits go far outside of drawing. Learn to take our time and do our best. And here is just additional shadowing lines showing the angle of the pumpkin, the depth of it, I should say. And there we have it. This is a much more realistic looking pumpkin than just a circle with triangle. And this is something that you and your kids can absolutely draw. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for drawing with me today. I'd love to see your amazing artwork. Parents, if you'd like to share your child's drawing, make requests, or send feedback, you can message me on Instagram. Draw with Sean is a brand new channel, and your support makes a big difference. Liking and subscribing really helps us grow and reach more kids, and it truly means the world to me. I can't wait to see and share what you've all created.